Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. If you're joining from, let's see, Facebook, thank you. Welcome. And Twitch. Hello there. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. And let's see who's first. Mish, Muvalicious. That's right. We're starting a thing, right? It's a thing. And Karen, thank you. Beautiful Harlem Sentinel that you are. Greetings. Yes, tonight we're doing a little Fizzy Bliss. But you know what? I misled in the title. I forgot. I got ahead of myself. You know, I'm getting a little too happy about brewing this stuff again. So this thing that I did, the brew that's ready now, is not meant to drink for now. Okay, so that was the activation. Excuse me, it's like little itchy bugs. They call them no-see-ums, so they fly around. So yeah, I will show you how the first activation goes, and then tomorrow, so it's a 24-hour cycle, so I can wait 24 or 48 hours, and do like a 2-day brew, which makes it more effervescent. Like people that know about that, you know, you can make it a little fizzier. So maybe I'll do a 2-day brew, and maybe, wow, we can coincide the kombucha. Let's see. That might be too long. Yeah, no, the kombucha is a little bit longer. That's the 29th, right? Help keep me to up to date. Where's 420 Wild Dragon? He helps keep my dates correct. I think, yeah, the 29th, or I put it down somewhere. 29th is the kombucha. And now if I start today, so yeah, day before, you know, maybe we'll get together 2 days. Would that be so horrible? Let me know. All right. So I figured we would do this. I'll prepare it, and then I could read the 19th Amendment. What do you think about that? Do you like that? So we can do that. And I curated some imagery for us to look at while I read the 19th Amendment. I haven't even pulled it up. And you know what? I put stuff on my skin hoping that I wouldn't get bitten, but I don't know. I feel things. You know how the South is? These things are so ridiculous. Okay, so let me get set up here. Alrighty, and let's get a little music going. Why not? Why not? Some little sounds. And I'll be talking to you about what I'm up to. Let's see. Didn't we do how about a little jazzy number? The Sky Bar. It's called At the Sky Bar. So we're little grooviness. Ready? Okay. So this is the Water Kefir So how was everyone's day? Had a good day today? Have to keep my directions. Okay, so I have cool water. I have 3 cups of cool water. And then I have already, until I get the fire thing down, I'd love to do the whole thing with you. So I have to citronella candle. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I don't want to have fire out here. But the citronella, and it's just like I don't see them. They're just biting me already. I tried putting stuff I had some menthol stuff, and some of these things are resistant to everything. You can try. It's like, it doesn't matter. All right, so. Okay, so I have the 3 cups of cool, and I have a strainer, and hot water that already has the sugar in solution, and my brothy broth that activated our Muva grains. Okay. Clove, and thank you for all these good remedies. Clove and lemon repellent. Thank you. I'm going to make some of that up. Thank you. If anybody has good repellent recipes, share that with all of us. The ones of us that live in the South with these resistant, what are they? The Bill Gates bugs? What are they? Robot flies? But thank you. Thank you, Karen. Light some basil leaf. Insects don't like the smell. Oh, good. Good to know. I forget, You love the jazz, Jules? Got to make it a little interactive, huh? Hey, IG, what's up? What up, girl? You love the music? It's a little jazzy. I always refer to these instructions because some people are so stickler. Are you the kind of brewers that you don't use, like, oh, you can't use metal, you can't use this, you can't? And that's how I used to be. Really, too, I had to be so perfect. But now it's like, relax, okay? I'm all about the relaxation. Hey, 420 Wild Dragon, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Cockroaches, la cucarachas. Hey, bay leaves. Bay leaves are going to be a go-to, right? Oh, right. So that'd be a good plant to grow. Does anybody grow bay? Okay, so I activate it. So now that we did the 3 days, the grains should be plump and translucent. Hey, Leisha, how are you from the UK? Sis, how are you? I've missed you, Leisha. It's been a long time. Wait, Leisha, I'm sorry. Did I miss? No, are you in the UK or LA? LA or the UK? Wherever you are, blessings and shout out to LA and the UK. Oh, wow. Shalom, beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Thank you for joining. This is home economics class. Home ec. She said plump. Yes, pleasantly plump. Okay, Muva she doesn't worry that you think she has bat wings on her arms. Okay, I have a cousin like that. Okay, he's so funny. If he sees your arms jiggling or anything, he'll say, hey, Jennifer, you're going to have to hit the gym or something. Lay off of the ice cream because your arms are jiggling. I mean, he's always been like that. Even when I looked so skinny. The men in my family, isn't that funny? They totally make sure all the women don't get overweight. Okay. So your cousins, I have a really crazy family now that I think about it. UK, that's right, the UK, yes. Welcome, Leash, that's so nice. What's it like over there? Are they acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over there in the UK with the climate stuff? Let us know. Okay, so now that Muva grains are translucent and plump, they are activated. And here is Muva grains. See them? They are pleasantly plump in a broth of goodness. Everybody do the centrifuge with me. Because you have to do a little shaky shake with your grains. Muva likes a little wobble wobble, a little wobble wobble. I think that's good. They're not that plump, everybody, like I'm used to, but it takes a little while. I'm going to be patient with this, you know. Your first batch, can't expect too much. You have to be patient with this process because this is exponential growth, okay? So you're going to have exponential growth. And I'm going to strain them out. I'm not drinking it. So what I'll do is I'll pour it onto, does that sound like a bad idea? Maybe pour it onto my figgies. Figgies can get them, okay? We'll do that. Figgies can have it. All right, so the sugar water, cold water, and you know what? I'm running out of glassware. I've got to think this through. I thought, oh no, I used that for that. Do you have this problem sometimes? You're thinking about your glassware because some of it is, you know, I don't want to use that big thing yet. Okay, so this, okay, you know what? I'm just going to use this for the moment until I get things strained and put it back in the glassware here. Okay, so all I have to do now is, oh yeah, so this is the broth to be prepared. So I'll cool it down now. So I'm just adding 3 cups of cool water to the, this is the sugar water. And if you get a pack or anything, they give you instructions, okay? So it was 3 cups of cool and to do the first brew after activating. So I'll let you know if you want to just jot it down. So it was a half a cup of hot water and 1/4 cup of sugar, non-bleached. So you put the sugar in and dissolve it, let it go into solution, and then add 3 cups of cool water, actually cool. So once the grains are activated like we have, so I'm going to drain them and put them in the solution, and then 24 hours to 48 hours, according to how fizzy you want things to be. Hello, Juan. Welcome, brother. Greetings, greetings. I sound like Paul Romano. Greetings. I love when he says, greetings, brothers and sisters. I go, greetings, Paul. I talk to Paul. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Who else likes Paul out there? Paul is my kind of guy. I love Paul and Salty. I've been listening to Paul for a long time, okay? I'm not new to it. I'm true to it, okay? Okay, so here are grains. How we doing? We doing good? Yes. Okay, so one of these cool waters. So I'm draining out so I can get these, and here is a strainer. I don't know if it's a big deal to use metal straining, but before, like, this is the kind of stuff I mean. I used to be such a, I don't know, maybe the earlier instructions when I used to make this, it would always say like, you can't do all these different things, but I'm noticing these brandings that I'm using, they're not so uptight about everything, right? Stop being so uptight. Maybe I won't do that near the computer. All right, I'm gonna move that over here. Okay, so if it spills, it spills. Wish you could see this, but the computer would totally freak out. Just trust that I'm doing. And what I'll do, this is the stuff I'm pouring off. I'm gonna pour it into figgies. Figgies can have it. can have it fig. So I threw it in the figgy. I can't leave out that. Oh, okay. That other tree will get it, and then I feel bad about that. It's like those don't get enough attention over there. I'm always like showing favoritism to these trees over here, and I don't want to be that kind of tree person. But I'll get. Maybe I'll go give. No, because this younger one next to this one. Yeah, it'll be too traumatic, right? Try to do your best. What are you gonna do? Well, it looks like oatmeal. Okay, so bear with me a moment as I go give this other fig tree a little of this too. Guess what? The Brunch Birds left me something. Well, figure. I already ate my 2 figs this morning. These are the grains. Try to get the rest out. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. And anybody have, before I do this, does anybody have any thoughts? I'm going to look for a plastic. I think I have a plastic spoon in my bag here. You know, you have all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I do. I have a plastic spoon. Don't ask why. I just do these things. Women. By the way, my main purse, it's recycled, made out of paper. Look at that, made out of paper. My handbag that I carry, right? Recycled paper. All my friends, you know, the designer bag gals, they cringe at my lack of love for designer bags. I've told you about that, right? I'm the one that doesn't like to carry designer bags. I had a friend that, like, she would totally, like, not want me to carry stuff like this. So, you know, I'll talk about it. Yeah, it's made out of paper. It's recycled. It looks like leather. It's lasted, like, I've had it 3 years or so. And, hey, it serves the purpose. It's very sturdy. But it doesn't have like Louis Vuitton, LV. I could maybe make a little, like, I could do my own design, put LV. That'll make them happy, right? I could say it's a new Louis Vuitton. You haven't had this, a new release. You gals don't have it yet. She would make me carry one of my friends with Jennifer. Look, okay, if you come out with me in the black boulet, I'm going to have to give you a handbag, okay? You're going to have to carry a Louis Vuitton. I know you hate doing this. It's against everything in you, but do it, please, for me. You're my friend. Just do it. I don't want to have to explain things to them about why you carry a paper bag. Big Pontiac's here. Hi, Big Pontiac. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes. So can you imagine they would give me handbags so I could go out with them and not embarrass them? One friend literally bought me like a couple of, you know, designer handbags, and I didn't carry them. They were like laying around. I still carry all my little hippie handbags. Like I would make my own handbags and stuff. I did a granny square handbag. It was so cute. Oh my God. If I find the picture, I'll share it. But that doesn't go over well with that set. Okay, so she was like, yeah, let's get you something. So one friend bought me like a Prada bag and a Gucci bag. And, I had to tell her, listen, would you mind if I maybe took them to, like, I don't carry them, right? Will you be mad if I maybe traded them in for something? And I lived in Thousand Oaks, and there were, thrift stores, like fabulous thrift stores when you go to those like certain areas. So I would go to like thrift stores and things, and one thrift store, they would take your designer handbags and you could get a store credit. Can you imagine? I got a store credit and I bought clothes instead. Because I do like clothes, okay, and shoes. So yeah, I just like turned it into store credit, yeah. And I continue to carry my bags, my style bags, right? You like my style, thank you. It works for me. Yes, it's paper. If you want to look at it one more time. This is paper. And it's just like a little beachy kind of tote. And you know me, I'm always putting like little accoutrements to jazz it up a little bit, And it's silver, right? You've got to be like that real loud kind of auntie that comes in with her silver bags. So let's see. Where am I? Okay, this is where I am. I'm transferring everything into, I'm going to use this again, okay? Let me stay on task, because you know how I am. Continue talking. You love thrifting? I just found a video of me thrifting with this friend that I'm talking about. Like if we went into, like we travel, we would go to like thrift stores that are like known to be really good. I'll tell you one thing, like if you're down in Palm Beach, Florida, whoa, they have a thrift store called the Church Mouse. It is fabulous. Let me know, Floridians, West Palm Beachians, is the Church Mouse still open? The Church Mouse was fabulous for thrifting. Where are all my thrifters? Okay, so here we are. This is the sugar water cooled down. So that's as simple as it is. I'm just gonna do this 24 hours. And every 24 hours you have new Fizzy Bliss. There you are, new Fizzy Bliss for you. Oh boy, it just about covers this. So that's a tight little. So I'm going to put my rubber band cloth back on. All right, so here we are. Now this is going to be drinkable. Next, let's give it a little silver spoon blessing. Go forth and multiply, Muva. We want to have good, nourishing, blissy fizzies. So we've blessed Muva. And now, what's up? It's that simple. We're off to the races. So let me clean up a bit. I like to keep the area clean, Oh, but another thing I wanted to tell you that I'm going to be doing, but I don't know how I could show you. That would be a little odd. But my mother, my mother's so funny. You know how I tell you about my mother? You got to meet her. She's so cute. She's that, Philadelphia person, grew up in Philadelphia. I told you all about her. She's funny. She's really into hair. My family is obsessed with hair. It's like the hair. I call them the hairigamis. So they are obsessed with hair. You know what my mother told me? Because I wanted to go gray, everybody. I wanted to start going gray, like, something different. My grandmom Stormy, when she went gray, she wore this really cool little, see, her thing was, she wore it short. And it was like a Halle Berry kind of hair. Halle Berry has nothing, she didn't do anything new, okay? My mother was wearing that Halle Berry haircut. All the women were doing, but my grandmother did something with those waves, you know, kind of like. But she had a gray, beautiful gray, because she knew how to get the best gray color for her hair. And she had a beautiful pink tint to her gray hair. I don't know how she did it. That was her trademark. Her name was Stormy. Can you imagine? So she had this beautiful pinkish silver hair. But I wanted to go gray and start the whole process. Hey, Terrence, welcome. And hello, Erica. Everyone makes fun of you for recycling. You don't do designer. Yay, Erica. That's right. I love it. So my mother, she said, because I was starting to it was going gray. I guess it was Fauci and everybody, Fauci and Bill Gates. I'm going to blame them, and Brandon. I'm going to blame Brandon, Fauci, and Bill Gates for making my hair turn gray in 2020. So I was going to just I was like, this will be great. Maybe it'll come in and I could have real gray, silvery hair. So my mom, she told me, I'm not ready for you to have gray hair. She's not ready for me to go gray yet. Okay. So don't think that it's total vanity, but I'm going to do it the more natural way, because I could do other hair colors. So what I'm going to do, I got some henna. I've been doing henna for years, you know, so I'm going to get back to it. So I'm going to do some henna. So I do a 2-step process. Who out there does henna? So I'm gonna do it for my mom. Okay. So yeah, I even became a nurse because she used to always show me the ads in the paper. She's like, oh, you should be a nurse. You'll always have a job. You'll always have a job. Well, look now, Mom, I don't have a job because I don't want to be a Nazi. I'm sorry for offending those that are still in the craft. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You're not a Nazi, but if I stayed in, I would have to do Nazi-ish things I don't agree with. So yeah, like wearing a mask. I can't do it. Okay. Can't do it. Hey, Pamela. Hello. Welcome. So this is the part of our home economics where we shift to, what do you want to call it? Freedom, liberty, paperwork. We're going to get with the paperwork. So if you like to stick around, the kefir portion of this home economics is done. Now we're getting to a different, what is that? Sorry. We're getting to the 19th Amendment. I'm going to read the 19th Amendment. Would you like that? Okay. So let me pull it up. And I curated some imagery. Are you gray, Mish? You're gray? You just cut your hair just under your ears. Your salt and pepper with some brown. That sounds pretty, Mish. I want to do it, but let's just, maybe I'll just do this, and then she'll think that it's not, and then just have the back. It's like, hi, Mom. Look. "19th Amendment. Let's get to it. So what's up with the 19th Amendment? Anybody know? What's up with that? You guys, when I go to the store, I told you about that. I don't know. I told you I've become I used to be an extroverted person. Now I'm more of an introverted person. I want to be more of a homesteader. I don't know, I used to like to travel. I had that wanderlust. I don't have it anymore. I'm trying to get it back. Just trying to get it back. Yes, reading I know I jumped over, okay, after the 18th. Sean, I love you. It's the one after the 18th. Yep, you got it, dude. You got it, dude. Okay, so you know, I told you I just get so upset when I go into the store. And you know what bothers me? I'm just gonna be real. Like, I look at the breakdown of who's still all in the mask and their kids, and it's the black people. I'm gonna say it. The black people are still in these masks, and they have them on their children. I'm over it. It's just so hard to look at it for the kids. I don't care about them. It's like, you could go ahead and wear the mask, put 2, 3, 5 on if it's get down the way you want to get down. But it's the kids. I don't like seeing kids in these masks. How do you guys feel? It's just like, I feel like it's not my business, but it is. Like, I don't like to see it, at least. That's why I don't really like going to the store around here. What's it like around your neck of the woods? Are you still seeing kids in masks? Shawnee, hello. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you love them. Yeah, so I'm noticing that. And that's been the case, the whole time, but it's still lingering with the black people. And the mask with their kids. And I thought I said, they say black don't crack. Well, sorry, black did crack. Because you could crack here too. So I'm just going to say it. Black cracked. I saw a black couple, beautiful, black couple in the store. And they were in the mask. And they were just barely making it. They were having such a hard time walking through the aisles of the store. It didn't dawn on them. And the husband, he was kind of walking ahead of the wife. And she was like, oh, okay, I'm having a hard time. She was literally saying this through her mask, that she was having a hard time. And he was, out of breath, just barely making it. And I'm looking as I'm freely breathing, whatever is this air, just freely breathing. And they're struggling to walk down aisles. They could have been in their 60s. But at this point, I'm amazed that you could even do that. Because me personally, I couldn't wear them long. I could not wear them. So in a way, I've had to trick my mind, and I told you, I definitely have to do a little Delta variant before I even go out in public. I do. It helps me. So I don't go and have a conniption inside a store. Because I told you, I feel like I'm always reading and the labels, and I feel like it's a war. It's like warfare just to get good ingredients. And this society makes you feel like you're asking too much if you don't want canola in everything. You don't want all this fake food, right? So I'm just saying, I have to police all of the food all the time. And if you want to eat well, it costs so much, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm amazed that people can do what they do in these masks. So let's do this. I'm going to do a little demonstration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. It's charged up. So what else is going on? Mish, you said it's cold and raining in the UK. See, I'd like to come see people like you, Mish. Come over and have a little tea with you in the UK. Yeah, right? I've never actually been on the ground in the UK. I've flown over and I've looked at the London Bridge even. I was like, look at that. Wow. But never stopped over. Got to get that travel thing back. Exactly right. They pushed it heavy. I'm going to talk about that a little bit too. Shawnee, hey, you said, what is this? This is my little helper, Muva's little helper. It's called Delta variants. I'll put a link if you want to. I don't promote it, but they do have, if you get it, they say you can share a link with somebody, right? So if you want to know, this helps me so I don't go crazy when I go in the stores. That's all debatable, right? But about to read the 19th Amendment. What's up? Yes, that's what it is. Rosie Pie just entered the chat atmosphere. Hello, Rosie Pie. Mitzi O'Brien. I haven't seen you in a minute. Whatever you want it to be, Mitzi baby. All right, so let's do this. Let's get all set up. I'm going to share my screen. Made a little something. We outside, y'all. Lady Knievel has joined the chat. I want people, please, to give Lady Knievel a warm welcome. We hang out on Mondays, me, John. We have like a little group over there. Do you know about our thing we do? We do more of the, it's a real like easy breezy. We do different discussions. John picks really good stuff. And Lady Knievel hangs out with us. Karen does. It's a lot of fun on Mondays, right? Please don't go cray-cray on us, Jen. Okay, IG is making a plea. Please don't go cray-cray on us, Jen. And you know, IG, I can't promise that, you silly rabbit. They know, right? The chatmosphere knows I can't make such promises. I'm sorry. I will not do that to you. I never know, baby cakers, what's going to happen. It just flows because we outside. Let me plug in the device before I get a nasty message. Bling! All right, we're ready to go in. I'm just cleaning up a bit. Lady Knievel, you're getting a little love here. Thank you, everyone. I love it. I love us for real. You know, Monique says that. I love us for real. I love this. She says that. It's so funny. All right, let me get us set up here. So we're talking women's suffrage. What the heck? Women's suffrage. The 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. We're going in. All right, let's get started with the images I've selected for us. All righty. If you see something, please say something, okay? It's a vibe, you know, this was the vibe going on. Just wanted to bring a little imagery for it. Okay. I'll read what it says. The 19th Amendment guarantees American women the right to vote. Achieving this milestone required a lengthy and difficult struggle. Victory took decades of agitation. Beginning in the mid-19th century, woman suffrage supporters lectured, they wrote, they marched, They lobbied and practiced civil disobedience to achieve what many Americans considered radical change. Between 1878, when the amendment was first introduced in Congress, and 1920, when it was ratified, champions of voting rights for women worked tirelessly, but their strategies varied. Some tried to pass suffrage acts in each state. 9 Western states adopted woman suffrage legislation by 1912. Others challenged male-only voting laws in the courts. More public tactics included parades, silent vigils, and hunger strikes. Supporters were heckled, jailed, and sometimes physically abused. By 1916, most of the major suffrage organizations united behind the goal of a constitutional amendment. When New York adopted woman suffrage in 1917, and President Wilson changed his position to support an amendment in 1918, the political balance began to shift. On May 21st, 1919, the House of Representatives passed the amendment, and 2 weeks later, the Senate followed. When Tennessee became the 36th state to ratify the amendment on August 18th, 1920, the amendment was adopted. While decades of struggle to include African Americans and other minority women in the promise of voting rights remained, the face of the American electorate had changed forever. So I read that from a government archival online site. So now I will read the amendment. Not very long. The 19th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States reads, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation." That concludes that amendment. So I want to ask you, what are you thinking? Wow, right? I never did a deep dive into this, but looking at these pictures, I could have added a lot of imagery. I found lots of it. But as I looked at it, because that's the kind of I learned that way as a student. I'm very visual, as you could already tell. You know your sister. And when I looked at these pictures, I began to imagine what it was like in this time period, who is behind this, and what is it like really about? We know the narrative, but what is it about? Women voting. When I look at the women, and let me know if you pick things up by these images. I'd love to know what you are thinking. Hey, Dana. OMG. So it says sex. Yes, it says sex, not gender. And this is why they say there is more than one gender. You see? Because I have not been familiar with these documents, the paperwork of my nation, things are happening and I'm not understanding a lot of it like I should. And that's why I wanted to talk and have this exchange where you could tell me what you're picking up. And Dana, that is exactly what it is. We have these debates going on about gender. What is a woman? Matt Walsh put out a very excellent documentary. What is a woman? And we know that I'm now calling them the Bolshevik Nazis. They have the power of propaganda. So they can propagandize anything and do it with such precision. And when I look at these pictures and just kind of get the vibes, if you want to use that term, of this time, I'm looking at a group of women that do not look like they're suffering. So the very name of this, thank you, I'm glad you said it. There you are, Dina. I am not one that always says that somebody's a dude, you're a dude, you know, something looks like a lady. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not always quick on that energy, but I listen when you guys have educated me about this issue. I can see it clearly in some instances. But when I looked at these pictures, and some of them are just without a doubt, I am not looking at a woman. So I'm now looking at this suffrage movement and I'm questioning, they got a lot of explaining to do, because this was all done. And I could get into some deep theories on the negrescent side of it, but I'm going to hold that for another time, because I could tell you some connections that I'm making. And yeah, it is on some negrescence kind of revelations to a lot of this stuff. And I knew that, when I come across stuff, I could, play around and joke a lot, negrescence. But I told you all, if you remember back when I came to this word, I said that I was sensing that it was something to it more than just what I could tell at the moment. And now I am beginning to see something, and I have a theory that I'm working. But because my theory is still in its infancy, I want to hold off sharing some of the negrescence connections. They are mind blowing. Mind blowing. So yes, there is a reason that your girl was resonating with the negrescence word. Yes, very much so. And so these women, I'm just going to call them women. We could say whatever. Females. I mean, this is the thing that is talked about right now. Gender, gender, gender. Women. And guys, the women are a true woman that is a woman according to what the creator would say. We're under attack, guys. That's why I said in a joking way, have the men all paused. Because, hey guys, we need you guys to we listen. The agenda out there that has put a battery in the back of us women according to the creator, we have fallen for some okey doke agendas. A lot of us have repented of any of this stuff that we have adopted. One of the things I know, Black women, we have taken on a lot in terms of we are accused of being too masculine. You have a pastor, uh, the Potter's House with TD Jakes. He just went viral for saying that Black women are too masculine. And he has a lot of nerve because he should be concerned about why is his daughter allegedly being accused of taking someone's baby. Like real biblical kind of stuff going on in TD Jake's family. So he has no room to talk about Black women at this time. By the way, everybody, Black women are very like monetizable, especially if you want to attack Black women, if you want to drag and roast and have like a just I hate Black women YouTube channel, you will make so much money. Okay. It is highly entertaining and it is highly lucrative. Okay. Yes. TD Snakes. He has a daughter who it is unbelievable. I'll just say, if you want to look into it, a lot of Black content creators have been covering this since day one. So it's not new. But if you want to look into this, because he is such a well-known uh, super pastor celebrity in America, look into Bishop T.D. Jakes and his daughter Cora, and it will read like a biblical narrative of a woman who is broken. That's what I said. Black has cracked. Black has cracked, y'all. And his daughter is accused of allegedly taking another Black woman's child. Someone who is vulnerable, single mother, you know what I'm saying? At a lot of these Black churches, single mothers are basically the mule of the Black church. The Black woman uplifts the Black church because men don't go to church like women, especially in the Black community. So the Black woman is basically making, if you see any mega pastors, Black mega pastors that have Black churches, that's because of Black women. Let's be real. Let's keep a thing, okay? Is it time for the spoon? Let's say what it is. 5013C, exactly. So, the Black church culture has been traitorous to the Black community because these women's suffrages, and I'm going to go and do some content on Margaret Sanger. So when you look at these women right here, think Margaret Sanger. These women were going around, they were touring. They had a lot of money backing them. A lot of them were married to the industrial revolution magnates of industry. And these women, they would marry and divorce or become widowed mysteriously. And they go on to marrying the next rich dude. And so that money was seeding these movements, such as the suffrage movement, which you can look at these pictures from the 1800s, and you will see that this was happening also in Europe. So you had suffrages overseas, you had them here, And I am now seeing very clearly the girl gang that Margaret Sanger worked in. And she knew that in order to carry out genocide of the weeds of the garden, which she called black people, the weeds of the garden. And she used words like cleaning, getting rid of the weeds, weeding the garden, cleansing, hygiene, all of these words. And she would go and visit black pastors because she knew that in order to carry out the agenda of genocide, that she would need the black pastors on board. So just know that people like T.D. Jakes, he is a traitor and he is guilty of treason. And I said it, and I will double down on it. He is guilty of treason. And when I say treason, I'm talking about the highest court. I'm talking about the supreme law of the Creator. To be guilty of treason that's serious stuff. So we are going to watch the unraveling of the church, the 501(c)(3) church. All of the conspiracy theories, all of it's going to start coming together. And the normies are going to begin to wake up. And they're going to be real mad. You know how we get mad. I'm not mad right now. I was mad. I've been mad over the years. You know how they say if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. So I've been angry. I've had my years, and I listened to talk radio. I'd be, driving the freeways in LA, spending a lot of time in the car. So I would listen to all the conservative radios shows back then. And I had my favorites. And, a few of them, they would have they'd rant a lot. It was like a lot of ranting. Remember the guy who he said, what was this? He was, wait a minute. He had the dog named Teddy. And he talked about red baby doper diaper babies. Do you all know? And he would go and have a conniption on air. And I cannot think of his name. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Any talk radio people remember those days of, I know it still goes on, but I haven't been listening to radio, and I'm going to bring up something about radio, but I used to listen to radio all the time. But anyway, the California conservative radio station was the programming was really good. And some of it was, funny. Some of it was, just, it was straight music type of format, but it was very unique and it had a lot of flair. You said the pastor thing is hilarious, right? Isn't it? I wish I had, I'll pull it up. If anybody doesn't follow me on some of those other areas where I have to share it with you all. I create these memes. I have fun. It's kind of like arts and crafts. Okay. So here at the Invisible Remedial College here, I take part in the arts and crafts program too. So I create these crazy thumbnails. So, maybe I'll do a arts and crafts. If you want to learn how to create thumbnails, we could do arts and crafts lesson. Let me know. These are the ideas, home economics is going to be very different, not your grandma's home economics. Okay. So we could do things like that. We make kombucha, we're out here brewing outdoors, y'all. Hey, Michael, how are you? Normie's gonna get pissed. Yes, they are. When they start to wake up to some of the stuff that we've already had a jump start on it. So we've gotten through our whatever season, and now I'm just at a peace. The creator God has given me a peace, and now I can just see the clown world and have my laughs and just bliss out on my mother's helper. I go in and look at all of the masked people, the guys trying to hit on you in a mask, and you're like, yeah, guy, that's definitely that is not it right there. That's a quick way to get friend zoned, okay? Is try to hit on a woman in a mask. And some of these maskies, I call them maskies, but I'm not mad at them like, I used to be mad at them. I'm mad at, I'm mad at the system that has them like zombified, So I'm mad at bigger things. But I'm like, now I could look at them and I talk to them. Before I wasn't even making eye contact. I was just like mad all the time. Going in the stores mad, mad. Take it off. And now I'm just chill. I do my Delta variant and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I just, I red pill everybody and I look like a hippie. Everybody's like, what the hell? I come in with the Princess Leia, drip, my hippie clothes. I'm in the deep South. And they're like, what the F is this? And I talk to everybody. I walk in the store and sometimes I greet everyone. Hello, everyone. And it's like, oh my God, I have fun now. And I just engage with people. If I can have an organic conversation, I do. And I get a lot of opportunities when I go out to have organic conversations with the people. And I get to, mix in some tinfoil turban theories and have like a nice exchange with the people now. Some of them look so sinister. I noticed some of them that they wear the mask all the way up to their eyes like this. I get a little worried about them because they're walking around, they're, looking at the vegetables in the vegetable aisle and the mask is like this. Have you seen this? And I'm like, that looks sinister to me. Can I see your eyes? And they talk on the phone with the mask. They're all, hey, yeah, what do you need? Some grits, okay. Some bacon, okay. And they're on the cell phone with the mask on. I'm like, I feel like I don't know. This is the zombie apocalypse, everyone. They had you thinking it was going to be one thing. This is it. Okay? This is it. So if you're walking among the zombified, don't get sad. Don't get sad. It's a way to get through it, okay? If I can help you a little bit, I will do what I can, okay? Whatever I can. I'm here. And just like Monique says, I love us for real. I love us for real. Okay? So yeah, we'll get through it. With our Delta variants. By the way, where is Dr. Fauci? Where has anyone spotted Dr. Fauci? Should we get an APB out on Dr. Fauci? I'm just asking for a friend. Where's Dr. Fauci? Fauci. We were told that we should listen to him, remember? Oh, thank you, Molly Moose. Molly, you're so sweet for taking the spoon. The spoon goes with me. The spoon is in my pocketbook, right? Yes! There you go. Thank you so much. I love you too, Donna. I love you. Sean says he got stuck in a sidewalk. There you are. They had a doll. Had you seen the doll, the Dr. Fauci doll that was for sale? Hey, Mrs. Harris, let him stay away. That's right. Stay away. Stay away, Fauchisms. Faucis. He said, get your boosters. Get your boosters. I like when Salty says that. Your boosters. You gotta get your jabs and your boosters. Amy, they won't be able to walk down the street. It's already happening. It's starting to happen. Okay, you know how I mix in. You know me. I have like a weird thing. It's eclectic, okay? Oh, by the way, look at this picture right here. So yeah, these are the black Nazis. So Negressants. They found some Negressants to turn on their people and become black suffrages. So these are the people that I go up against. Okay? I put petitions in against them. They are the black Nazis or black boule. Interchangeable. It's all the same. The black Nazis. Yep. Traitors. Treason. Treason. What is the reason for the treason? Because you have gone against, wow. Wait till you find out who you went against. It don't turn out well. What did Nene say? What did Nene say about it? That's right. I watched the Atlanta Housewives. I don't like it anymore. They got rid of Nene. It's no fun anymore. I like Nene. But Nene said, yeah, it doesn't work out if you're dirty, right? She said a lot of one-liners. I love all the one-liners from the Housewives, okay? You could judge me, but it's a very clever, snappy stuff. I love it. It's become part of my vernacular. Okay? Negressence. It's the we put a little bit, look, sprinkle in the negressence, right? And you have like vernacular that who else could come up with this stuff? I'm just saying, don't come for me unless I send for you, okay? But you know who comes up with that snappy vernacular. Okay? Okay. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is one of these things, it's going to take, when they find out the treasonous things and who they did it against. Wow, the meek shall inherit the earth. I said it. I'm doubling down on all of it. That's right, negressence. It's a vibe. I'm starting to see it's a vibe. It is unfolding to me. Okay. I'm putting it all together. It's just, Mrs. Harris says, my grandparents had a dad and his siblings in Jack and Jill. That's right. There you go. She is a Philly John, and Jack and Jill was birthed out of Philadelphia. This is one of those organizations where the Negressants, the Negroes, they send their children to these social things. This is like a little primer so that you become, part of the thing. The thing we've been talking about. And Jack and Jill is where it starts. So, yeah. I couldn't get into Jack and Jill because my parents were divorced. You couldn't have a divorce, I guess, whatever. I didn't care. I went to all their parties just the same, hung out with them, so it didn't matter. I didn't need to be in it. But it started in Philadelphia, as well as the oh, look at this picture. Okay, if you see something, say something. Please examine this picture and tell me what you see. Please. Anybody? There we are. Just Joy. Thank you. You didn't leave me hanging. Okay. Can somebody tell me what I'm looking at? Because I'm going with Just Joy. And these are the women suffrages. And here's Margaret Sanger. There she is. There she is. There she is. Look at that. She traveled all around to the black churches so she could get the weeds out of the garden. Do you see why I go in on the Black Church of America? Do you see it? They are in league with the likes of this. They will fight me. They will unfriend me. By the way, if you're trying to become my friend on Facebook, don't worry, I'll get around. They unfriend me all the time, okay? So I get spaces because, they limit the amount of people, but don't think I'm being bougie or anything. Just know I do what I can on the socials, but I focus a lot on this kind of content. So if I don't get back to you and things like that, just give me some grace because, I told you I do hair, makeup, the whole thing, the whole production. And again, I told you I'm going to tell you something I'm going to do that's on the horizon. I'm excited about it. Okay, so that was the imagery. And, I just wanted to share it because maybe I'll do a repeat and we can chat. Yeah, just go around another loop as I'm finishing up right now. Okay. I am putting some things together. And I have to thank a lot of people because I get so many fragments from so many sources. And some of the most unlikely places I am finding so much information. And it's like the pieces that, if you've ever worked on a puzzle, I've always loved the big giant jigsaw puzzles, and you've been, putting it on a card table. I used to love hanging out with older people. I was an only child who I'd rather spend time with the old ladies in the neighborhood. So I would go visit them. I do things like that as a kid, put puzzles together with the neighbors, the elderly ladies. It was such a nice time, growing up in Philadelphia. At the time, it was West Philadelphia. Dana, I'm with you on that. I really am. Exactly. So just Joy said they're just mad because you're not going along with the yeah, I've gone along with the program. I've gotten under the spell of the stuff, and I mean, especially like when we talk about gender things, black women right now, I'm talking about black women because I was part of that whole group, so I could talk to you about the experience. Black women were told from the time they were little girls that you have to be 2 times better than anybody else. So we have that. If you didn't know, come on, my black women here, tell me, like, am I tripping? Am I making this up? We were told from little girls that we have to be 2 times better than everybody because of racism. So we have this drummed in our mind, like we've got to outperform, like we've got to perform twice as much as anybody else because we're hated. We're told we're hated. And a lot of black girls become overachievers. I mean, I'm not talking about the stuff you see, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of information out there that talks about this right now, is addressing this overachievement in black women spheres. So, they have the most, like the highest rate of college graduates are black women. I mean, go look it up. I'm not making it up. So we're told this, and we end up becoming sometimes, okay, well, according to Pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes, he says that black women are too masculine. Too masculine. We could talk about that at another time because I can unpack a lot of that. If you like this subject, we could get into it, okay? This is the kitchen table talk. the table talk in the wilderness, okay? But because black girls, especially from my demographic, we're told that we have to overachieve. So a lot of us have fallen prey to this women's movement, empowerment, girl power, Beyonce, with the whole single ladies, hey, single ladies, single ladies. Meanwhile, she's married to one of the most successful, according to this world, men. She's a part of a power couple, but she has a song that is encouraging her base, her fan base, which are black women, to be a strong black woman. You don't need a man, Meanwhile, she doesn't live this life. And that's how all of these, what are these that I'm looking at right here? What the F is this? If this isn't gaslighting of the highest order, dang, man. When I'm looking at, dang. Hey, Mara Moonflower, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I'm just saying that. So this is the bottom line. This women's suffrage movement, I'm looking at it with a side eye. And that's a nice negrescence. You know what I said? This is part of our vernacular. Get with it. If you need any, raise your hand if you need translation. It is listen, we are not offended here in the chatmosphere. If I say something negrescence and you need a translator, Karen, Dana could probably translate. Just ask. Raise your hand. Raise a spoon in the air if you're like, what the F did she just say? Okay? We will take time out to translate for you. Okay? We have negrescent translators in the back, on the side, in the front of this invisible school. You got it? Don't worry. Don't feel bad. I love you. Like Monique says, I love us for real. I love us for real. Okay? I love us for real. So raise your hand. Don't be ashamed. I don't expect everybody to know all this stuff. Come on now. So yeah. So they went around, these women's suffrages. And do they look like they're suffering, any of these women? Tell me, look at these women. Do they look like they're suffering and being abused and being, discarded? I just want to know. Do they look that to you? Why'd they pick the word suffrage? They look really organized. Like they got a lot of coins. I mean, look, it takes some money to wear these dresses, all this material, all this fabric. Because these aren't little women over here marching down these streets, in these streets, okay? They said, we outside. We outside. They're sending dog whistles to Margaret Sanger. They said, we outside, Margaret. We want to get this genocide popping, okay? Planned Parenthood, stand up. What? We want this genocide popping, Margaret Sanger. We outside. We outside, suffraging, gaslighting. We outside, Margaret, suffraging. I see y'all. Listen, right now, oh boy, the negrescence is waking up in me. The negrescence is rising. I am able to put some things together, do a different kind of mathematics. Don't worry. I'm not going to change up on you, but I'm just saying, I'm putting some interesting things together. And when I work my theory, it's just, all of us could take a side project and work on it. And if you want to do a presentation, just, let me know. but this is my theory. This might be, let's just call it my dissertation, my thesis, and I'm working on it. And the working title is Negrescence. That's the working title of my thesis for the Invisible Remedial College. Holla. We're going to have a school store. Wouldn't you like a school store? We should start doing, let's just make a thing. Make this a thing, a whole vibe. Why not? So, yeah, I think I'm going to work on a school store. Yes. Okay. Special negrescence math. You can't wait. Yeah. Just give me some time. Let it rise. Let it rise. The negrescence is rising in me. It's rising. I just needed to let you know so you'll be at least ahead of the, so you're not surprised. Don't be surprised. I don't want anybody to be surprised. Okay. Yeah. So these suffrages, I got my eye on them, and I'm putting a lot together. In the black church, TD Snakes. Yep. I'm seeing some connections. You don't want the black women to start putting things together and doing our negrescence mathematics, do you, Bishop TD Snakes? Because you came for us and we didn't send for you. You said that we were too masculine when your daughter is being accused of stealing someone's baby, allegedly. You should be concerned about that because your whole kingdom is unraveling. Because that's the time that we're in. You didn't believe the Bible that you said you were teaching from. Obviously, you didn't know the time, right? Bishop didn't know the time. He didn't know that this is not the day and age to be a fake. Fakers are going down. All the faking. And let me just put let me put 20 on 10 and tell you this. Anybody from the so-called black little tribe, you know, that they try to keep us at 14%. Isn't that weird? They always say the minority, black minority, African American, is 14% of the population. We've stayed 14% over the decades. How is that we stay at 14%? And why do they use that number? Right? So if we're also being targeted for Planned Parenthood, why does that math not work out? We stay at 14% of the population because we are told on the media that we are a minority. A minority. That means like a ward of this estate, a baby. You know how they always put baby on all the wrappers? Like little baby, big baby. You got little Wayne. Okay, do you see where I'm going? You have little Wayne, you have little Yachty, you have little, what else? Help me out. Who, all the baby, there's somebody named the baby, okay? So you have the baby, little Wayne, little this, little that. Do you see? So if we have the highest abortion rates, yet we stay at this 14% of the population, help me with this math challenge that I have not been able to work out. So if you can work it out, show your work on paper, let me know. But I know that the paper trail, it leads to people that are in pulpits that look black. They are, for all intensive purposes, parading as black, but they really are another group, you know? I call them the Bolshevik Nazis. They are the black Nazis of the party. They're the black Nazis. So yeah, I see them in a different way. And yeah, so I did a let me pull it up. Let me just work on this. I'm gonna end with this since we're talking about the black church. Hang on for a bit. Let me create something to show you. It was a meme, and it talked about an item in the news cycle, and this item is actually in the mainstream media, but it's also in black media spheres. So there is something called Black Twitter and other spheres of black content creators. So they are covering this story, and it is a hot mess. Have you ever heard that term, a hot mess? That's what this is, a hot mess. A hot, steaming, flaming hot mess. And let me get my picture, show and tell, so that I can show those that, they don't keep up with Negrescence news, but this is a line item that maybe they might want to know about. So that's why I'm here. I'm a bridge. Okay? Negrescence bridge, if you want. Oh, and let me put that. Yeah, I found another thing, Margaret Sanger thing. So I'm adding this to the slides so I can show you something, a little something. And thanks for being patient, as I hadn't prepared this. I just thought I was going to do the other stuff, but I just want to end on something just came to me. Bear with me. I'm just putting a couple of slides together. Okay. If you're wondering, I am still here. Talk amongst yourself. If anybody has a birthday, because I don't always get to see your comments, let us know if you have a birthday so we can give you birthday love or anything, prayer requests or whatever. This is a nice community here. We care. We love us for real. Okay, so I'm getting close to finding this meme. This is my arts and crafts. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I'm usually prepared with these slides, but yeah, thanks again. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to stop the screen here and share. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so I wanted to show you, this is Margaret Sanger. And, this is around that whole suffrage time. And she says, we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members. So I would be considered a rebellious member by Margaret Sanger. Thank you very much, Margaret Sanger. It is an honor to be considered a rebellious Negro. That's what I am, a rebellious negrescence. So it is a lot here. It's in small text, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do a deep dive on Margaret Sanger coming up. So I will wait to do a lot of that. But in the meantime, in between time, this is the pasta, or in the Negrescent circles, some people say passa instead of pastor. Passa. And we like a lot of titles, you know, bishop this, bishop that, evangelist this, evangelist that. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your toes, but it's the culture, it's the church culture to have lots of titles. So we have Pastor, I call him Pastor Bishop Pookie. Okay, so Passa Bishop Pookie. He has a church, a storefront church, they say, that is in disrepair allegedly. But he has a two something $1 million home and various cars that are so exotical. I don't even know the names of them. It's like the kind of cars that cost $200,000. He's got a few. And yeah, he has a storefront church. So Passa Bishop Pookie was giving his MK Ultra neuro-linguistic programming Sunday message this past Sunday, and some cat burglars from Gotham City entered the chapel, and they had pow pows, and Passa Bishop Pookie hit the ground because he said that he and the first lady here, if you look down at his Gucci suit there, the lady with the blonde hair, that's the first lady. And you see they have a his and her matching iced out crosses around their necks. They're iced out. So you see Passa Bishop Pookie in the middle, and you can see his rings, his rangs and things. Oh, this jewelry, I made a mistake. I initially got a report that all of this jewelry came to $400,000 in worth. Turns out I was wrong. Some people say we're talking about a million or possibly more, $1 million in jewelry. Do you see Passa Bishop Pookie with his Fendi suit? So he's got Fendi suits and Gucci suits. So this Gotham City cat burglar came into the Holy of Holies, and because the Passa said that he and the First Lady were targeted for their modest jewelry collection. So the cat burglars got the jewelry and they made away. Now, are you ready? The getaway car was, I don't know what edition because I'm not into cars. If you know about the addition to the Mercedes, but it was a white luxury Mercedes Benz was the getaway car. So this pastor is now being examined, and that is what's happening right now. So if you want to follow the story, if you want a few chuckles, if you want to see how the creator is now showing, especially people that say that they have come in his name, he is exposing, and this is the time of the revelation, the apocalypse, the revealing, and nobody can stop it. If they are not living right according to the supreme law and order, all the phonies are being exposed. So hang on. Bishop T.D. Jakes, He is on the docket. Yes, he is. He's on the docket. That's why he's attacking black women, because Kevin Samuels is unalived, and somebody needs to step in that position so they can make a lot of money, because Kevin Samuels became a millionaire when he changed his content. I'm telling you right now, if I wanted to go and change this channel and attack black women, I would have so many people tuned in. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. If you didn't know it, trust me when I say this. So TD Jakes he's trying to, get the heat off of, as they say, the block is hot. The block is hot, right? TD Snakes, the block is hot, and it's going to get hotter. What did Jojo Magoo said? He said winter is going to be what did he say? It's going to be what kind of winter? And by the way, interesting enough, Kevin Samuels would always say that winter is coming. But guess what? He just, all of us went by the wrong calendar. Summer is coming. Summer is coming. Okay? Vapors. Catch the vapors. Muva. Rise up. Law and order. Law and order. That's what I'm focused on right now. Law and order. And as we see these spheres, the mega church pastors, the black church, Pastor Pookie right here. Yeah. He wanted to be famous. Well, he's about to be infamous. Yep. So this is where it is. Thank you for joining. I might come back. Maybe if I want to do a tasting, if you want to get together, let me know tomorrow. We could do a tasting, because it'll have to be around this time. Yeah. So 24 hours. Okay. And I'll keep you posted if anything comes up. So I want to thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much. And again, if you want to send an apple or whatever, a Delta 8, you can hit me up right here. Okay? Right there. I thank you. I love you. I love us for real. And I'll see you soon for some more Fizzy Blissy. Oh, wait a minute. Not so soon. Wait. One thing. I am starting my own radio station, and I'm not even kidding. Okay. It's so funny. It's going to be a lot of fun on Station Head. And it's going to be like a live stream. I'm going to play music. So I have a lot of like curated, song lists that I want to play. And I want to do like some, unpacking, talking about the songs, because this is what I have come to understand. Thanks to people like Kevin Gillespie. I'm learning a lot watching Kevin Gillespie. I really am. So I am coming to understand that the music that has come from my land here, it is the musical trust of we the people. So I'm going to start this channel, and it'll be live stream. So if you have devices, it's just something to get used to, and you could have me in the background. And if you want, I thought it would be fun. If you're having a function, like say you're having a party, if you want to coordinate with me and your party is going on at a certain time and you want me to DJ it with my radio station, I can pick a song list for you. You and I can choose a song list, and for however long, and you can live stream my station, and that can be your music for your event. Okay. So that could be something we coordinate, just, something to have fun. But I'm picking music that I grew up listening to in Philadelphia, and it just has a lot of good I'm starting to redeem the good parts of it. So I will keep you posted. I'm also doing some studying. I have to do some tests soon, but I've been doing some studying behind the scenes. I'll tell you more about that too. So I am balancing all of that out, but maybe I'll start the radio station before the test. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know. Call-ins, yes. I have to learn how to do the call-ins, but there are call-ins. So I might brave it and do some call-ins, but I would love to do call-ins. So I got to teach myself how to do the call-ins because I was gifted one of those, like a console that you could do all those things. So I've just been doing all this other studying. So I have to study that because that's how I learn all this technology. I watch YouTube videos and I practice, and that's how it is. When you ask your kids to help you with stuff and they roll their eyes at you and you're like, okay, never mind. I'll learn how to do it myself. You know what I'm talking about. So that's how, I've had to keep my mind sharp, young, I guess you could say, just trying to stay with it. So I'll keep you posted on all of that stuff. And I love you. I will see you possibly tomorrow. All right. Until then, you have a good one. Love you and blessings.